math friends. This video is to go along with lesson 3 of our first unit of math. Our unit is on ratios and today's topic is equivalent ratios. This is a copy of the student work packet that you're going to get in class tomorrow, but I'm showing you this on the movie because the example that I'm going to teach in our video lesson today is actually exercise 2 out of the packet. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of scooch down here so that I can help you out by showing you what this problem is all about. So our topic is equivalent ratios. You should have some understanding of what the term equivalent means because you've learned about equivalent fractions in math years past. Today we're not talking about equivalent fractions though, we're talking about equivalent ratios. In addition to teaching you about equivalent ratios, I need to teach you about this term that our new math curriculum uses that's called a tape diagram. Another way that I sometimes say a tape diagram is a bar model. So I'm going to show you with both bar model and tape diagram how you solve this kind of problem. So we have two girls. We have, I think it's Shani, we have Shani and Mel, and they are using ribbon to decorate a project in their art class. The ratio of the length of Shani's ribbon to the length of Mel's ribbon is 7:3. Now the tricky thing about this is we don't know how long their ribbon is. Maybe it's measured in inches, maybe it's measured in feet, maybe it's measured in yards or meters, but what we do know is that the relationship between Shani's ribbon and Mel's ribbon, or the ratio of Shani's ribbon, here's that word that we like, to the ratio of Mel's ribbon is 7:3. Let me show you a tape diagram. Tape diagrams, you have to kind of think of a piece of tape coming off of a roll, okay? And it would show the ratio. Let's see how close I can do this. This is going to be Shani's. I'm going to do it with an S. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Shani's has 7 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And Mel's tape diagram has 3 boxes. 1, 2, 3. Okay, because then I have this ratio of the length of Shani's ribbon to the length of Mel's ribbon being 7:3. For every 7 that Shani has, Mel has 3. Okay, let me show it to you with a bar model. When we do bar models, we usually build with Unifix cubes. So here's my cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, I need some more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Those 7 are going to be Shani's. And then I need some to be Mel's. And so here are my 3 to be Mel's. Shani's 7 to Mel's 3. The ratio between Shani's amount and Mel's amount is 7:3. Do you see how a tape diagram and a bar model really show the same thing? Now, we have drawn our tape model. But what I want to talk about is some equivalent ratios that go along with this. So let's say that Shani and Mel were measuring their ribbon in inches. Okay? And let's say that every square in our tape model, which is the same as every cube in our bar model, was equal to 1 inch of ribbon. That would mean this is going to be lengths, that Shani's length and Mel's length, okay? If each box or each cube is 1 inch, then Shani has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 inches to every 1, 2, 3 inches that Mel has, okay? That ratio of 7:3 shouldn't surprise you, because it was mentioned right here in the problem. But what if each box of our tape model or each cube in our bar model doesn't represent 1 inch of ribbon? Maybe they used a ton of ribbon. Maybe each box is 2 feet of ribbon. Okay? Maybe each box in our tape diagram or each cube in our bar model is 2 feet of ribbon. Then let's look. 2 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 feet for Shani would be the same as 2, 4, 6 feet for Mel. Now, my ratio of 7 to 3 in the problem doesn't look as obvious here because I don't see a 7 and a 3. But this ratio, the 14 to 6, is an equivalent ratio to 7 to 3. Okay, because I use the same tape diagram or the same bar model to represent it, I just had, instead of each box being 1 inch, I turned it to this is 2 feet, and that's 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 2 feet. So I got Shani's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 feet. Goes along with Mel's, let's see, 2 feet, 2 feet, 2 feet, 2, 4, 6 feet. Okay, this 14 feet to 6 feet is an equivalent ratio to 7 to 3. Maybe my tape diagram, maybe it's not 2 feet per box. Let's see, what else could it be? Here's going to be Shani's. I'm just going to redraw my tape diagram. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then Mel's was 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that tells me that I'm sticking true with my original ratio. Shani's ribbon to Mel's ribbon is 7 to 3. Shani's ribbon is 7 to every 3 of Mel's. But maybe now this time I want each box or each cube of my bar model to be 10 yards. 10 yards, that's a lot of ribbon. So 10 yards, 10 yards, 10 yards, 10 yards, 10 yards, 10 yards, 10 yards. I'm going to count my 10s. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. That's 70 yards for Shani. And 10 yards, 10, 10. That is 30 yards for Mel. 70 yards for Shani is the same thing as 30 yards for Mel. The ratio of 7 to 3 is not as obvious, but 70 to 30 is an equivalent ratio with 7 to 3 because it fits the same bar model. The amount that's just in each square of the tape diagram or in each cube of the bar model changes. The amount that each square is worth or the amount that each cube is worth changes so that we get equivalent ratios. Let's maybe do one more example. I'm going to just use my tape diagram this time. This time I think that each cube in my bar model is going to be 20 centimeters. So every cube is worth 20 centimeters. I'm going to count by 20s. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140. Shani has 140 centimeters of ribbon, and then Mel has 20, 40, 60 centimeters of ribbon. That means that the ratio 140 to 60 is an equivalent ratio to the ratio 7 to 3 because I use 7 to 3 to make my bar model. But then if I made each cube in the bar be worth 20 centimeters, it got me up to an equivalent ratio of 140 to 60. Or working backwards, I had an equivalent ratio of 70 to 30. Or working backwards, I had an equivalent ratio of 14 to 6. All of these are equivalent ratios that are based on the tape diagram or bar model 7 to 3. Here's the tape diagram, here's the bar model, okay? But both times, Shani's ribbon length is related to Mel's ribbon length with 7 to 3. I will know if you watched this video. If you go on my website and you submit a video homework response form, And in the big box that says my video homework response is, in that big box, I just want you to tell me your first and last name. That's all you got to do. In the box, type your first and last name. Okay? And then there's a few other questions that are on the video homework response form. You're going to have to put your first and last name in a different spot also, so you're going to end up typing your name twice. You're going to have to answer a question about how well you understood this video, and you're going to have to fill out an optional box if you have any questions for me. I hope that makes sense, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thanks.